Alrighty, what is going on everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we will be doing a sanctuary POI analysis. Now the drop maps I have are created for two spots. They were created by Jafe, so I'll link his channel in the description if you want to check out him. There's one here and there's one over here, and I don't have one for this side over here. So if you do land that side, then I don't know. But yeah, that's really it. So let's get into the overview of it. Sanctuary has 38 chests in total. Now they are kind of split, as you can see. There's kind of three spots here like this. So you really have to depend on which one you prefer to land at. If we look at here at the chest, there's 5, 6 here. There's a supply chest here in 7, 3, 6, 9. There's 15 chests here. 3, 6, 9, 4, 13 chests here. So this one has the most chests, and it also is in a pretty good position to rotate out like this. This one has the option of rotating up, and then this one has the option of rotating almost like over here, this way. So you do have a pretty good amount of position no matter where you want to rotate from. Now, if we also look at here, which one can be yoinked? So what I mean from that is which section here can be stolen from. So this side can easily take this build in two. They can easily yoink this and cut off 3 chests out of this side here. Then this would make this one have, what is it, 5, 7, 10, 3, 6, 10. So it'd be 10 and 10 each. But this team can easily yoink that, depending on where these guys land. If they land 1 and 1, then you can't because you'll be alpha in here. But you do have the free rotate to keep going up like that. And there are truck spawns here, which I'll get into later. Now let's go to the supply chest. There's only one here. Now I can't remember if the supply chests actually give you good weapons anymore, or if they only still give you SMGs and MKs, which I mean still are good weapons. But if someone does find a striker and you're in like a good lobbies with the pros or whatever, then oftentimes they can hit that headshot. Now if you are in a lower lobby, ELO lobby, then finding SMGs and MKs are probably preferred because your opponents probably won't hit that hard hitting, pump shotgun. So floor loot. Now there are 115 floor loot spawns, and this is, I'm not including up here. When I'm doing the breakdown, I'm just including like this. This is it. I'm not including up here because the web shooters are up here, and I'm also not including this because I'm not sure if this is some split, and then obviously not including this down here. So there are 115 floor loot spawns. That's actually a lot. I was kind of surprised when I saw it. So it is pretty good to start looking around and all the cubbies here for pads. You should be able to find at least one pad when you leave. So ammo boxes, we have 52 ammo boxes, and this place up here has like most of them. So this spot up here, I would say, is definitely the best one to land at. It does seem to have most of the loot, and you do have an option to see if you can yoink these web shooters before anybody else, but the rotate and the loot outside of here is pretty bad compared to the other two. Now you do have two weapon vending machines, one down here and one over here. So again, this place has another buff. It does seem like it has the most chest. It doesn't have the supply chest. I'm not sure if it has the most floor loot. I'm just eyeing it. It does look like it has the most floor loot. It does have a weapon vending machine, but the reboot van, where are you at? Reboot van, am I blind? You're down your, there you are. The reboot van is also on this side. This side over here is fucking busted. It seems like this is definitely the side you want to land on is over here, but we'll see with everything else. So launch pads, there's none. Upgrade bench, it doesn't matter. Web shooters. So there are 2 web shooters over here. You probably won't get these pretty much ever. Ew, why do we have a marker? Just because this is, people land on this and then they go loot up here, they go to Coney, or they loot like something else. So you probably won't ever get this. But if the bus does pull like this and you don't see anybody landing like over here, then you might be able to be like, hey, let's see if we can grab the web shooters, then come back. That could be an option. Now I don't know if that's going to happen every game, but it is an option. Now let's go through the vehicles. So I'll just crank everything on here. That one doesn't matter. It's off-road tires. Now, you don't really have a lot of vehicles, which is kind of shambles because vehicles are pretty important if you don't have a web shooter. You really only have 3 spawns that you can utilize, which are these 2 trucks here. You can try to remember this spawn and see if you see this car here. Quad crashers suck because you can't fly with them yet. Hopefully they fix that for FNCS. If they do, then you can rotate up, grab a quad crasher, and fly to zone. But your 2 main vehicles will be the bear or the truck spawns that are right here. Now let's turn all these off, and rifts, I don't think those really matter. There are rifts right here. These guys will more than likely be going like this, so if you hear the rifts early, you can look up and see if you can get some beams on them. These guys will probably be going like this. So you do kind of have a cross point where you might be able to get a beam on some guys that are rifting by, but it's not going to be consistent. Basically, zip lines don't matter. Slurp barrels don't really matter. These are going to be yoinked by a split. And then if this is uncon, then you can take this stuff as well, but it depends if anyone's going to be landing there or not. Noms. Now there are 6, 9, there are 10 nom spawns here. This side has the best for the noms, so you have a higher chance for peppers, and you can probably hit this one as well, unless actually this is a split over here, so probably not. But this side seem to be the winner for the noms. This one does have 3, and this one has 1. So right now, if I had to rate these 3 here, I will go 1, 2, 3, with this one being the best, this is the second, and this is the third. Even though it does have the supply chest, I just don't think it is enough loot for a duo. Now, nothing else seems to really matter. Coolers, we have 2 coolers here. Ice machines don't matter. Bounty board, this guy also has a bounty board, so this is good. Now, let's just, let's turn everything on here, and so we can kind of get, like, the big view on how crazy this side is compared to the other ones. Turn coolers, reboot van, and web shooters on. This should be everything, right? Supply chests, barrels, even. Yeah. So here we have the entire Sanctuary POI. Now, I missed the main reason why people land Sanctuary, and that's the Foundation. So this boy, the Foundation, he just walks around here, and the big thing is that he's fucking impossible to kill. If you don't have a harpoon, you can't kill him. He's literally a fucking tank. So good luck with that if you don't have a harpoon. Now, what you should be looking for harpoons to kill him first off. So looking at all the floor loot spawns. Can you get harpoons out of chest? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they do spawn on floor loot spawns. So, good that this spot has a lot of floor loot spawns, and up here has the most floor loot spawns. You also want to look, I guess, at fishing rods. Now, it seems like you don't really have any nearby. The closest ones are down here. So you might have to push down here, grab a harpoon if you don't find any in the whole POI, and then come back up and try to kill the Foundation guy over here. Now, what happens if this guy spawns? He doesn't spawn here. He spawns anywhere in Sanctuary, even sometimes down here on these sides. So this means that if he's on this side, then there's a good chance that you won't get it. If a team lands here, you just won't get it. So it's kind of a 50-50 depending on who gets this as well and who actually finds a harpoon. So it is pretty RNG depending on if you actually get this mythic. It's not like it's 100% like he's always going to spawn in here or something. If that was the case, then this might make this area here better. But because he walks around, it's really RNG. You have to A, have him on your side, B, find a harpoon in time to actually harpoon him up and kill him, and C, hopefully you're not conned so you don't get actually fought during that whole process. But anyway, that's really it. And the mythic is busted. It's disgusting. If you have good aim, it's absolutely bonkers. But even if we just, again, go back here to the split we have 1 over here, 2 over here, and then 3 over here. All this loot is super compact. You can loot all of this as quickly as possible and then dip out. So if you actually create a loot path here, so I don't know what it would be, but if you did like 1-1 and then you guys met up and dipped out, something like that, then you might be able to even leave like super early. To create a loot path here and see if you can find a way to loot all of this as quickly as possible, get your metal, get your brick, and everything like that. So this is definitely the best one in my opinion, then over here, and then this one. Now, another reason is if we just look at where we can rotate to. So if we just start off over here, let's do this in yellow. So they have the first dibs of basically everything up here, if it's unconned. So they can go up here and hit all of this. This would be yellow. Now let's do these guys, which will be blue. Now they can rotate up like this. This will most likely be conned. So their only rotation is doing something like this and trying to take some of this. This is extra loot we're talking about here. And then if we go over here, let's do pink. And their rotates are a little better. I mean, there are web shooters here, and there are a bunch of fishing rods and stuff here. But I'd say out of all of them, I think yellow would be the most likely that this is unconned, then pink, and then blue. But in terms of where the zone usually pull, usually Sanctuary's in zone. So this spot here, getting on the Sanctuary hills, are actually really good for Surge. So don't be afraid of just, not moving at all. I'd say like this Sanctuary hill is pretty gross for Surge. If we go in terms of Surge spots that are nearby, there actually are a fair amount. So this would be like the Surge spots nearby. And you also have like a pretty fast rotate, especially if the truck spawn to get to the Bugle Mountain. If this happens, if zone pulls something like this, getting on like the edge of Bugle is pretty fucking disgusting, especially if zone pulls through, something like that. So hopefully I've covered everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So I've covered chest, noms, ammo boxes, floor loot spawns. I haven't really talked about the Foundation statue. I'd say the only thing you really have to be worried about is that if you are going to reboot here, I'm not sure if somebody, like, let's say we have a team right here, I'm not sure if they can hear the reboot van this far. And if they can, then you gotta be careful of them flying in on and diving on you when you're trying to reboot. Now, if they can't, then you're good. So maybe test this out with a friend or a few friends, I guess, in customs and see if they can hear it. Jesus, I can't speak. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Next one will be on the Joneses, I think, and then we're going to come across to Rocky and Greasy. Hopefully I can get all these up by at least Tuesday, but if I can't, then sorry.